Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do, I've been going through my old Ephemera Rolodex books that I keep a bunch of pieces of my creations over the last few years in a book, the Rolodex book, which I'm sure most of you have as well. If not, and you're interested in making one, they're super fast and simple, and they make really cool stash organizers. You can check back on my videos, and maybe I'll try to link my tutorial that I did maybe a couple years ago if you're interested. Anyhow, that said, I started to look back and think, oh my goodness, some of these pieces were fun to make and simple, basic, and I just thought I would do a quick tutorial on how to do this particular one. This is an envelope folio. Some of you may have seen this. I attached 3 envelopes together. I decorated it with some printable pieces, made some pockets. These are, whoops, I just ripped that. These are places you can put some extra writing spots. And yeah, so I think it's kind of cute. This is a long one. It's a letter-sized envelope. You can cut them, make them smaller, depending on your need and what you're using or which project you're doing. So if you're interested, stick around. We will do one of these. I've got everything pre-cut. I did some pre-cutting ahead of time just because I prefer to do videos like that rather than sit there and have everybody watch me cut and ink and things like that. I tend to gravitate to the videos where they get to it. So that's what I'm going to do today. So let's show you how I constructed this particular envelope. So let's show you. I'm going to take 3 envelopes out of this is one of my envelope boxes got from an antiques shop. And so there's 3 envelopes here. Oh, actually, I just fibbed. I was going to start out doing this. Well, you can do it with 3 envelopes, or this is actually a manila envelope. So you know what? It's really virtually the same thing. 1, 2, 3, as though you're using 3 envelopes. All you would do is glue them to the flaps, butting up, leaving about 1/8 of an inch at the seam, so you're not bulking up your creases. And then you attach them, and then it becomes a trifold. I'm sorry, you guys. I forgot what I actually did here, but I did use a manila envelope, and I cut off the flap part. I just didn't feel like I wanted to have it. So, and then I folded it over into 3 sections. No measuring, no thought. All I did is I have some of these made where this flap comes over farther, so the inside dimensions change. But all you do is crease them. Make 2 folds, and you've got 3 sections, and then I cover each section. I left this as a pocket. I left these 2 here as a pocket, 1 and 2, and I'll show you how I'm going to use these little pockets. So basically what I did is I took my skinny glue tip, opened up this envelope, and I just I glued down the middle seam, okay, right down the middle. So that right away created 2 pockets. Then I opened this section, the top part of the envelope, and I glued just inside, just a little bit along here, so that these particular tags that I'm going to use don't fall through. And that's it. This one here, I'm not going to bother gluing just because I think by the nature of the way I decorate it, it's already going to be sealed off, but we'll find out. Anyway, so I hope that makes sense. I had already done this part, but I figured just showing you what I did would be enough. Okay, so this is I think what I'm going to use this for is just an extra little ephemera pouch, or it might become happy mail. Who knows? Haven't decided that yet. So let's decorate this together, because there's nothing more fun than decorating ephemera. I love it so much. So I've got my glue here. I've got this glue here. I'm going to put this over the way. Okay, excuse me. So these are the pieces I've cut. This is an Amity Bloom kit that I had in my stash, and I thought I got to use up some of my pieces that are laying around. So that's what we're going to do today. So let's start with the front flap. Okay, I also marked the backs of these. Front flap, okay, just so I wouldn't get mixed up, and I could get this tutorial made with a pretty smooth flow. Okay, so I'm going to start to glue down. See, I wrote front flap. You know, getting old, don't want to forget which piece is for which section, although I'm sure I would have figured it out. Yeah, so again, these are just basic little creations, little projects, but fun, and we all have mounds of envelopes laying around that need to be used up. So why not, hey? So again, I like to leave a little bit of border. Got a little blue there. Use a piece of Kleenex. Okay, so that's the front, very front flap. I'm going to flip it open. And you can see how I cut here because of the angle in. Excuse me, I need to take some coffee. My morning coffee. Okay, so I'm going to adhere this piece down so I don't cover this section. I want to use that for a journal card. Okay, so here we go. Try to do this quieter. Sometimes when I look back on videos, this gluing down makes some noise. This is these printables I've had laying around for quite a while, and I used a thicker cardstock, which is good because it reinforces and strengthens this envelope. Sometimes the envelopes can be, depending on the age of them, can be pretty flimsy and not very sturdy. So there we go, inside flap down. Let's do this piece. And I'll use, maybe we'll put, I had to add an extra chunk, I'll show you, in the front. It wasn't quite long enough. I didn't want to leave a 1/4 of the inch gap that it was going to leave. So I added an extra piece of one of the offcuts of this kit. I cut off and I added. So I'm going to do the same thing here. As you can see, I added an extra piece. I could probably just use my Scotch Create glue stick, but we might as well just go with Eileen, Miss Eileen. And you could also, by the time, I mean, it's very subjective. Once you get your panels decorated, you can use all kinds of different pieces for embellishing each panel. This is a pretty floral kit, very busy. I think I'm going to keep the decorating down to a minimum just because, at least for the video. That you guys can do and figure out on your own, because we all have our own creativity and imagination. I just wanted to share with you the basic construction for all you newbies out there just embarking upon this paper crafting craze, where you're rifling through your garbage bins and whatnot for pieces of treasure that you can imagine and envision making. This will give you some fun ideas and ways to use your envelopes. I've mentioned many times, my husband's an accountant, so oh my word, I get envelopes by the bulk. So I don't tend to go through the garbage bin for envelopes, that's for sure. Okay, and we're getting down to the bottom here, which you want to use this for the bottom piece. Now this is a lengthy envelope so you can see good. I just really enjoy this pattern, the kit. I've been working with a lot of florals lately, so I want to move away from it. That said, for this particular project, and because I had pieces lying around in a box, I decided to use this floral pattern again. I am on my second green themed project though. Been doing a lot of blue shades and stuff, so. Okay, there's the bottom panel. I want to show you how, or what I'm using for this here, for the middle little pouches here. There's 2 pouches. But also too, I want to show you how really smoothly this folds. That's what I like. And the key to it, as many of you know, is don't butt up to the very edge of your crease. It allows for that nice smooth fold. Oh yeah, I know what I wanted to do is I want to show you what I'm going to do with this middle section. This is a piece of vellum. Whoops. I'm going to use my Barely Art glue, and I am going to, where do I want this? I want it about here. So I'm going to go right around the edge. And I'm going to use it for a see-through pocket, just to add little pieces of the ephemera that match this pattern. Little tickets and little journal cards and tags. Hopefully this is going to work. Piece of old vellum I found in the drawer yesterday, so here we go. Sticking her down. And hopefully we can. Vellum's a little bit fussy to work with. Trying to get that bead of glue to blend in to the pattern, to the paper. This just lifts up the glue, the excess glue. Okay, there. It's a little puckered on the edge, but you know what? I kind of like that. See the glue puckering? It's kind of cute, actually. Okay, now let's see. What else was I going to do? So let's stuff these here. So I took a couple of, I cut up a couple of pieces of the paper, rounded the edges, added a couple whale tail punches. But for the length, for the amount that I needed, I had to add an extra piece to these cards. So, but aren't they cute journaling cards? And you'll see how beautifully they fit. And I measured it so that you could, well, I didn't on purpose. It just happened to work out where these the whale tail tabs don't bend or don't impede with the. Get in there now. What's going on here? Okay. Okay, let's see. Perfect. Okay, so there you have it. Look at that. I'll show you in the end. And this is the journal card I decided to use. Backed it with some, just some notebook paper. And it slips in here really well. See that? Very cool, hey? I do see a little corner popped up here. See how it's coming together? Very pretty, isn't it? And here's some smaller pieces of the kit, which I thought I would just slip into here. Probably should, let's round the edges, since I had done that with many of the other pieces. Excuse me. Might as well stuff it up well. So depending on the size, like I said, I've used these, and many of you as well. They're for our journals, right? They make nice journal spreads. They create inside cover envelope packages for different pieces of ephemera. So, you know, there's all kinds of ways. I'm just doing it this way and hopefully inspiring you to take out your envelopes and start creating. Now, there's a lot of this size, but you know what? That's okay. I'm just showing you what you can do. You can add some tags. And then you can add some smaller pieces. These are just, they don't belong to the kit. And here's some, actually, we're going to use this. Let's use some of this Wordfetti. I didn't ink these, but so this is giving you a good idea. You could even use 2 pieces of muslin down the centers of the creases just to, I don't know, if you want to hide the white of the envelope. Put something here. You can put something on the front, which I actually might do. Let's see, what do I want to do here? Let's do a bit of layering. Nope, that's the wrong sort. This little ephemera piece says, create your own story. That just gives it a little bit of texture and embellishment. Let's do that. I think I'm going to grab some cheesecloth. Cut off a little bit here. Give it a good roll. Crinkle it up. This might be too big. We shall see. Oh, I like that actually. So we'll stick it down. Where'd you go, Eileen? Okay. I was going to do it this way. No, I was going to do it that way. Yeah, like that. Perfect. Yeah, so opportunities, ideas, endless, endless, endless. I've been sending out quite a bit of Happy Mail these days, so I've been using up a lot of my stash, ephemera stash. I still have buckets full, so I have a lot of Happy Mail to send out yet. But that said, it's because I love making ephemera, so I always will have pieces lying around. I know it. Well, we could do this. Put this here with, we are all made up of different colored petals. Could do a little of that. Maybe the bottom. How do I want to proceed here? This part is not really video worthy. I'll just figure that. I'll figure the details out off camera. I just sort of wanted to share with this idea with you. If for those of you, like I said, that have not done many of your own envelope projects, I'm going to use a nice bold dark blue for the tie, just to give it some pop. Lots of different ways you can make your closures as well. Awfully long tails, but that's okay. Gives you an idea. Okay, so with a manila envelope, depending what I do with it, I might cover the back. If it's going to be Happy Mail, I'm going to cover the back, of course. But yeah, I just think it's quick and it's fun, and it was using up an old manila envelope. Or you can use three envelopes like I showed you. Where did I have my prototype? What did I do with it? See, you can have it right in front of you and then boom, it disappears. That's so funny. Where did I put my prototype? Oh well. Okay guys, so hopefully this inspires at least one or two of you to just sit down, do something mindless. Doesn't take any measuring per se. Well, that's not true. You do want to measure your pieces for the panels. But other than that, it's just ink it up, glue it down, and enjoy. Enjoy the little journaling cards that you can make for each pouch. Kind of cute. So that's it, guys. I'm not going to keep you any longer. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you probably this coming week with something else that's fun and quick, because I'm in the mood for fun and quick. I've been doing a bunch of journals lately that obviously take more time. I am in the middle of an Edith Holden journal, but I've been putting her down and doing other things in the meanwhile, like these fun little projects. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.